So when Edwin asked me about doing this last night, I wasn't really sure what to share as far as my story versus a topic. So I guess I'm going to kind of do a little bit of both. I was thinking today about how intertwined a lot of the concepts and things that we talk about in AA are. Kind of like, selfishness, self-centeredness, these are the root of our problems, but there's so many things that spawn from that. Like, I was kind of throwing around ideas of what I was dealing with today, like humility and acceptance and selfishness and trying to take back control of things that my higher power should be or is taking care of that I just want to try and grab back. And these are things that I've dealt with since before I've ever taken a drink of alcohol. So I started drinking kind of late in comparison to, I've heard some people say in the program, I started drinking when I was 18, when I went to college, and drank for a good 10 years before I ended up in the rooms. My sobriety date's January 10th, 2017. So I'm coming up on a year and a little bit more than a month, or well, less than a month now. And from a very early age, I was always very selfish and wanted everything to be about me, and thought that I was owed things and deserved to have everything given to me. And when I realized that the world didn't work that way, I very quickly became a master at playing the victim and blaming other people for everything, and everything was happening to me. I didn't have a part in it, which continued into drinking and even into my recovery. I notice a lot of times that's when I notice that my program is slipping, is what will catch my attention is that I blame somebody for something. And something like, well, if they hadn't done this, then I wouldn't feel A, B, or C, or I wouldn't have been forced to react in such a way that caused all of this unnecessary drama. So I was kind of looking through some readings today and came across something in As Bill Sees It about daily acceptance, which kind of is what I was thinking about today. I was kind of having a rough day and blaming everything on external circumstances and other people, and trying to take control of situations. And my sponsor tells me all the time that when I try and take control of something, that's my version of playing God, and me basically thinking that I know what's better for everyone else and myself than my higher power does, which I know is not true, but I can act in different ways. So this is from page 44 of As Bill Sees It, and it is from The Grapevine in March of 1962. It says, our very first problem is to accept our present circumstances as they are, ourselves as we are, and the people about us as they are. This is to adopt a realistic humility without which no genuine advance can even begin. Again and again, we shall need to return to that unflattering point of departure. This is an exercise in acceptance that we can profitably practice every day of our lives. Which really resonated with me, because I think that I have been very much so like future tripping and not in the present, which is something that when I am able to practice it, I'm very grateful for it, because AA has given me the opportunity to practice being in the present. Whereas when I was drinking, I was always worried about where the next drink was going to come from, where the next drug was going to come from, or future tripping about something that was completely out of my control. And today, because of the program, I'm able to more be in the present and see that most of the things that I worry about are out of my power anyways, and I should leave them up to my higher power and not try and control external circumstances or other people or anything to work out the way I think that it should work out, which also I think is comes a lot with humility, which is what I had initially really been thinking about today. Because if I'm trying to take control of other people's situations or my situation, that's not really being humble at all, thinking that I know best. It's being self-righteous and playing God, like I said before. So I don't know how long I've been talking for, and I feel like that was kind of some word vomit, but thank you for letting me share.